What happens when you combine a race-swapped Buffy the Vampire Slayer with low-rent lesbian Twilight fanfiction? You get a Netflix series that's canceled after one season. First Kill. Meet Juliet, a high school-age vampire who for some reason can still see herself in mirrors, walk around in daylight, and is still in high school, who falls in love with a Slayer named Calliope.
You're Calliope?
Well, Cal's good.
Sure, why not? They then share a forbidden romance, just like those two. Well, maybe those two. Watch them take on other vampires, werewolves that look like bad CGI from 1995, and make out in the unsexiest way possible. You know, all you're doing is combining The Hunger, Twilight, and Buffy, and it's been done better. I mean, sheesh, you people. If you can't make lesbian vampires work on Netflix, then seriously, something is wrong here. Starring, whoever these people are. I really don't care anymore. But the mom was on Lost and a bunch of stuff you'll probably recognize. Don't miss When Animals Attack on Netflix. Now all we do is sit back and wait for the Axel Braun version, which will be 10 times better, believe me. Captain's log, stardate 33-647.47. We've been orbiting a Class M gravitational anomaly for days. The Enterprise is crippled. We cannot go to warp because the parking brake is on. The straits have never been more dire. Pike exits the turbolift and sits down on the bridge. We will not fire our phasers because this is Starfleet. We do not leave people or aliens behind us, especially mushrooms. The crew falls in love with Pike. Pike does not notice that the crew has fallen in love with him. Here at Starfleet, we believe in compassion, service, sacrifice. Maybe God and science too. I believe in love. I am in love with a horse. Number 1 kicks his butt. Pike is confused and ethical. Back at the Academy, I Bixar Darks Zimdlif Dudgubuk Pitiful Bleak. The Universal Translator has malfunctioned.
Zirkvin Dobeep Jeglurg Zoop.
Brugdoffel kämpft Gleben Jirpop. The turbolift enters and the chief medical officer enters. Where is the captain of the space vehicle Enterprise? Pike is suddenly kidnapped by aliens. Now streaming on Disney+. What do you get when you give the least interesting character in the MCU your own show, and she turns out to be the worst part of her own series? You get the wacky adventures about her infinitely more interesting family. Don't miss Keeping Up with the Cons. See Mom and Dad get ready for Avenger Con. And then enjoy a night away from the kids watching cricket, dancing, and playing with their new unlicensed bootleg smart home device.
Zuzu, turn off the lights.
Oi! When their ungrateful daughter, whose biggest aspiration is to be more like the whitest woman in the galaxy,
Drop the taco, get in the car.
sneaks out of the house and goes to an underground rave at a Brooklyn squat, hilarity ensues when she puts on her grandma's bracelet and unleashes her hidden power. Ouch! It's more fun than you could shake a cricket bat at. Don't miss Keeping Up with the Cons, only on Disney+. You know, this all could have been avoided if her little friend had just told her parents that he was going with her. But what do I know? Coming up on the CW, it's prom night, and love is in the air. Until it's time to throw down! Sam and Miguel share a tender moment. But look who's crashing the party! Watch as young couples share a romantic dance. And fight! And dance fight! Be sure to watch an extra special episode of Kung Fu High Prom Night! Hey, everybody. Pardon me. Hey, everybody. Hammers in the morning. WNBC. 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 Thanks, Sanguine Links. I am feeling a bit better. I am. I had, for those who don't know, I had a nasty bout with acute. I had a case of acute bronchitis, which is pretty nasty, and you don't want that. But I got some meds, drink plenty of fluids, get some rest, and hopefully we're on the mend here. Now one thing, prednisone is weird. It's this weird. It's a good drug. It is a good drug. If it cures it's going to cure what it ails you. But it makes you feel like really energetic. Makes you feel like you're gonna leap over a tall building in a single bound. Now, where it looked like, excuse me, I was until I you know, the thing though is that like I said, it never had bronchitis before. Never had bronchitis. Now if it just feels like I'm recovering from a pretty nasty cold. I'll tell you one thing though. The cough medicine I got. As always, consult your physician. But the cough medicine I got, it's fantastic. I haven't slept that well in ages. Yeah, I hope to never catch this again. So, don't worry. Alex Jones has plenty. He has plenty of money. he has plenty of money. He's making more money off of this. What? No, but he's raising a lot of money off of this. He's raising, like, he really is.
I gotta assume if they're doing something because I like covers my faces on that fucking book. Remember when I'm like, I don't want to be on the cover of the fucking book? Mm-hmm. Nobody asked me, and they put a picture on without my consent. And now I'm on the cover of a book.
Well, how do you feel? I narrated the damn book.
Right? Like, Alex Jones is great for a laugh, but for fuck's sake, like.
I mean, can I?
I'm not happy about being as affiliated with any of this as I am.
Counselor, how much of the Phantom Menace is apolitical or wants less over? Okay, now I have to address this now? Like, listen, it's not. It went from being a movement from let's get politics. I want to get your politics out of our blah. It went from being get politics out of our entertainment to get politics out of entertainment, except for my politics.
My politics were already in entertainment. I just got tired of hearing it. I'm already on the left.
Yeah.
That's the problem is that like they all went far right wing. They all went alt-right, Trump supporting, which is fine if you're a Trump supporter. There's nothing wrong with that. But they all went only conservative. Oh, they're grooming the children, all this shit. And I'm like, I don't care. Abort the damn things for all I care.
Okay, well, all right, fine.
And they hate that.
Well, Sanguine Links said, damn, same thing kicking my butt right now. Third course of steroids when something nasty is going around. Yeah, and something is going around. Yeah, something is going around. Hopefully, like I said, I'm on the mend. Hopefully. But like I said, that cough syrup I got, man, that's good stuff. A little shot of that. Put you right out. Take as needed. Well, I as needed it. They became the monster they were fighting. Yeah, well, that's always the case, They talk about Access Media, and now they are Access Media. Did I ding the side of that? Like I said, guys, he's the face of the movement. The face of the movement. I'm the voice of the movement, if anything. I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit. I'm the freaking voice of the movement.
I had 7,000 subs before there was a movement. I was a gaming channel.
JDA raid. Who's JDA? Who's JDA?
Who the fuck knows?
Who's JDA?
I don't know.
I don't know. All movements become corrupt. Well, it becomes corrupt when you start looking at people, when you start appointing people as leaders. That's the thing.
I thought there wasn't.
Oh, there's no leader. There's no leaders. No leaders. No leader. No leader. No leader. No leader. There's no leader. And then it says, "Oh, well, I'd like to thank so and so for his leadership." I'm like, wait, I thought there was no leader. Oh, John Delaraz. Oh, okay. He highly recommended. Well, okay. Well, hey, he's recommending me. So
Yeah, but he's just a troll.
yeah, I got a whole 2 viewers because of him. Woohoo! Something's working.
He's just a troll, though.
There's Robitussin with codeine. You know what? Okay,
No, it doesn't. I checked.
let's take a look at. It's time to look at Rob's meds.
No, it's okay. I checked.
Okay, without going into, I'm not going to show the label. I'll describe the label, but I'm not going to show the label because it might dock somebody. But this is what they gave me. It's orange. I take about 10 milliliters of this at night to suppress cough. It's called promethazine DM. Okay, it's a generic, no refills. Doctor must authorize, and it expires in 3/24. How about that? So I got this baby for the long haul. So yeah, so this is good stuff here. This will put you right out.
Yeah, but it's not codeine.
It's not codeine, but it's still, well, codeine's a narcotic.
Yeah, I checked it.
So they're steering away from the narcotics, but this is good stuff here. So take 10 milliliters by mouth every 8 hours as needed. So 8 hours to get you through a night's sleep. So like I said, so I'm not showing the label. So, but this is, give me little syringes here. So there's my phone. My phone is off right now. So okay. So there we go. So that's what I got. The Tussin. Yeah. So I also got some benzoate. Yeah, I know. I've also got some benzoate, and I got some, like I said, prednisone, and I got all kinds. I got it's the same thing. Lots of fluids. Drink fluids, get some rest. The whole thing. Guaf. You know what? I tried that's Mucinex. I tried that, but it was just too far gone. I just had to had to get the good stuff. So, holy Jesus, far away it's like Kool-Aid. But talking juice talk tank. Okay, yeah. The nature does abhor a vacuum. That's right. Yeah. Well, that's not so much. You don't necessarily. You know how like leaders. Okay, I'm gonna have to address this now. You know how like there's a saying, not all leaders rise, which is kind of true. I mean, it's not all leaders are going to rise to the occasion. Sometimes people get bolstered up to the to the position. Some people seize power. Some people have power, have leaders, have the leadership thrust upon them. And there's some people that are reluctant leaders. And there's some that lead by example. I always say to myself, if you're looking to me for leadership, then you really need more help than you know. JRR24, bonjour. How you doing from Louisiana? Oh, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Let's take a look at who's in the chat. Sanctuary Project, Leftist Critodon, Sanguine Links, Anubis T800, Constant Drowsiness. I like that name. That's a good name. Constant Drowsiness. I wish I thought of that, but I'm Robot Shlomo. So I'm the only Robot Shlomo on anywhere, as far as I know. I'm not in Andrew Helm is here. Cesario Japan. Travis Bounds. How you doing? How's everybody? I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. So The fisherman's always my friend. Fisherman's friend, yes. So, okay, now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Okay, uh, no problem. I like to acknowledge the chat. I love acknowledge. Hey, if it was just you, if it was just me here talking to myself, then someone would come up and come in here and lock me away. And that'd be just me talking to myself, which is just any other day of the week for me, just talking to myself. I always say, don't undervalue talking to yourself sometimes, because sometimes that's the only intelligent person you can have a conversation with. So anyway, let's see. What did I do? I watched She-Hulk. Oh boy, where do I start? Okay, now for the record, it's not necessarily a bad show. Yet at the same time, they want to be a legal comedy, procedural comedy, sitcom, drama, whatever it is. They kind of want to be LA Law. That's what this reminds us. Does this remind you of LA Law?
I didn't watch it.
Now, Rexroot 99. No, it's bad. Well, we're getting to we're getting to that. Now, LA Law was in its day was what they used to call a dramedy. People are they sort of skate that fine line between comedy and drama, and the best I can say about it is that it's different. The worst thing I could say about it is it comes across as being very incompetently written. It falls back on the typical stereotypes: men bad, all the same tropes: men bad, women have it so rough. It goes for very kind of lazy jokes. Somebody described it as being indolent, which is another word for lazy, and I like that word. I'm going to start using that word very often. But the whole thing, I'm like, when she's describing how bad it is to be a woman, I deal with my rage every day when I get catcalled in the street, when I have incompetent men explain my job to me. I'm like, so I do it infinitely more than you, Bruce. I deal with my rage more than you. I'm like, yeah. When Bruce deals with his rage, a lot of people are at risk of dying. You're just minorly inconvenienced on your way from the elevator to the Starbucks counter in your office lobby. Now, granted, like I said, women deal with a lot of shit every day. Okay. I don't discount what they go through.
I'll be the woman to defend some of what she said. I can defend some of what she said.
Now you can, okay. Now the whole thing about catcalling in the street, okay.
I think she was specifically referring to that scene where she was probably going to get either gang raped or murdered by those three guys. And that situation, that was a red flag, danger warning when she's drunk. Well, she's not drunk. She just got out of the car wreck, stumbles into the bar. They're drunk, coming out there like, who are you? What's your name? Just trying to have a conversation. Yeah, those guys deserve to die for that, because if a woman says, no, thank you, I've got my boyfriend coming, I don't need a ride, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, those guys.
That means go the fuck away.
Yeah, those guys took it too far.
Those guys took it way too far. Those guys deserved everything they got and didn't get nearly enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, she's kind of a C-word.
Yeah, and the other thing,
But I've been in those situations. I mean, look at how John Delarose trolls me.
Hey, I got a whole 2 viewers because of John De La Raza. For the record, I did take a test for the C word, which we shall not speak its name. For some reason, I got a salty taste in my mouth. Why? So anyway, I did take a salty. I did take a test for the C word. It came up negative. So, but still, I felt, you know what? I better get this taken care of. So anyway. So anyway, yeah, those guys took it too far. Well, the other thing too is that automatically right out of the gate that she's better at being a Hulk than Bruce is. And I don't need no man to tell me what to do. Burpees. Actually, I got the file. I probably shouldn't reveal that, but I can actually pull it up here. Yeah. And I could share it. So that's actually a pretty good idea. Well, I do there. This is we're self-producing here, people. So this is a rare instance where I can go play by play. Because there is a scene I did have one of the scenes I did have a problem with was how she got her powers. The other thing too is the whole other thing about Captain America was a virgin. I'm like, well, okay, do we really need to take shots at Cap? I'm not watching She-Hulk. Besides all the reviews heard, I say the show is nothing more than women inferiority complex, complaining nonstop about the world is so mean to her. Yeah, that's a large part of it. This is obviously, listen. This is obviously like a self-insert for Dana Schwartz and for all those people. Let's see how we do it here. So I mean, and for women who hate other women. So I mean, look. So we have the other thing too. Okay, she pulls. The car crashes. She has a cut on her arm. She pulls Bruce from the wreckage. Oh, the inhibitor. Because his arm's still messed up for when he had to deal with Thanos. And she gets a bit of his blood onto an open wound. Why is she so obsessed with Captain America's sex life? It's supposed to be I guess it's supposed to be a metaphor for, incels. I guess.
I think she just wanted to see if Bruce had dirt on him that his history books didn't.
Yeah, and she's
kind of got a crush on him.
Yeah. Listen, I've run into those women before. They would ask about my sex life. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we just want what's best for you. I'm like, okay, you're willing to take one for the team? Oh, no. Well, then obviously you don't want what's best for me. So I'm like, they act like they're going to take one for the team, but they don't. I'm like, oh, okay, so you're saying you want to fuck Captain America? Well, no, I'm not saying that. It sure sounds like it.
He's a safe crush because she'll never have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can be. It's like me having a crush on Trey Parker or something. I never have to address it because it will never ever happen.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, okay. Woman crashed his car. How progressive? Yeah. So as they're saying, women are terrible drivers. Oh, she got the hulky pox. Yeah, that's good. She got the Hulk cooties. Yep. Now, okay, here inherently is a problem with this scene is that it is written. First of all, you threw out the origin story. The origin story was that she got shot by an assassin's bullet, and Bruce had to save her life with an emergency transfusion. Women at the wheel, hair at will, cliche.
I'm doing women things like chores.
Yeah, she's doing. Yeah, she's doing womanly stuff. So,
dishes and laundry.
Oh my! But so anyway, but the whole point of this is to show that she doesn't get her powers from a man deliberately. and she doesn't get a powers. A man didn't have to save her. That was kind of that to me. That's kind of heavy-handed. Damn it. Sorry. So yeah, so that's kind of the thing there. The other thing too is that, hey, is this idea that and she takes it out on him. Oh, geez, I know I was the one who got. I know I was the one. I saved your life. How dare you? How dare you let me save your life, Bruce? How dare you let me save your life, Bruce? How dare and you give me and this is what you do in return for me? Give me a power that I can't control?
I died, and the rest of us had to live with it.
Yeah. How dare you? I died. Yeah, and the rest of us had to live with. That's what this is.
Yeah.
I died, and the rest of us had to live with it. I mean, is it a trope now? The ungrateful rescuee. I mean, is it the ungrateful bitch thing? I mean, it's this bizarre thing, man. Okay, and there's a scene with all the trans people.
Yeah.
This scene just doesn't work for me because
Putting makeup on her instead of calling an ambulance.
Calling cops, calling the ambulance, telling the bartender, "Hey, there's a lady in the back that looked like she was attacked." They wanted this is a pro-positive, I guess, a pro-positive trans message here.
So they're all a bunch of heartless C words.
So okay, but here's the other scene about outside. Now the name of this. Okay, it says sports bar on the ideal. The name of this place is the Ideal Sports Bar. You can tell this was written by a bunch of women who've never been to a sports bar.
Trans people don't hang around sports bars.
Trans people don't hang around sports bars, and the writers' room and the broads in this writers' room never ever went to a sports bar because it would not be named Ideal Sports Bar. It would be named something like Scores, Second Base, the home plate, the batter's box, something like that. I know Scores is still it's a sports bar too. Hey, Kenny Long, how you doing? Seems to me they're trying to make her a Mary Shue. From the origins power, I prefer the comics, but okay, it could be worse. Even a car accident and blood transfusion from Bruce would be enough for me, but just my opinion. Yeah. Well, they couldn't have her be saved by a man.
Well, it would have made more sense if she was saved by him.
It makes more sense in the fact that, hey, you had no choice. I didn't have a say in the matter.
Yeah.
I didn't have a say. This was out of my control. What do I do? And then she immediately starts with, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. Mr. M.H. Hey, Rob, Echo, both. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Ideal Sports Bar. You couldn't name it. Like I said, the batter's box, the end zone, the red zone, the green zone, and the red zone. The red zone's a big one. That's a big football terminology. The Gridiron Grill. No, the Ideal Sports Bar. What would their Ideal Sports Bar be called? Ideal Sports Bar? Everybody like that? Everybody that sound good to everybody?
Yeah, like we're late for margaritas already, so just write it down and go with it. Oh my god.
The penalty box, yeah. Not watching. Oh, they them Hulk. A lawyer thinking she's smarter than a nuclear physicist. Yeah, she's a
woman Hulk, here we roar.
He's a nuclear physicist. He's a nuclear scientist. I'm better than you. I'm so much better than you. Like,
yeah, she has a Ruth Bader Ginsburg bobblehead. Of course she's better. That bitch couldn't retire. Oh, fuck Ruth Bader.
The Yellow Card Sports Bar for fair warning. Okay. Okay, yeah. Like so here's like a scene where like she gets accosted by a bunch of lowlifes, bunch of stereotypes. This guy with the dreads here. This guy, I don't know what he's doing here.
Yeah, why do they gotta make the black guy the leader of the gang rapists?
Yeah,
Gang?
for diversity.
Uh,
So she turns into the bulky bulk. So let me see if I can play a little bit of this. So okay, hey honey, how you doing? Hey, where are you going, baby? Hey baby, how you doing? Come here, make me a sandwich. I don't know. So what do guys? I don't know how guys talk. All you really have to do is head back into the bar.
yeah, she doesn't need to talk to you.
She needs to talk to you.
You don't need
And
to
these
talk to
guys
you.
are panicking. They're oh my god, hold me. Ugh. The sulk. Hey, Sandra Hammerslag, physics are in law about the opposite spectrum. Yeah. Half expecting half expecting to see single female lawyer. Single female lawyer having lots of sex. Fuck, that was funnier. So say what I'm like, check out Icons Unearth, a Star Wars Icons Unearth Star Wars documentary series on Vice. Oh, okay. That sounds interesting. And don't forget, Bruce was beaten by his father when he was a child. So why Shield needs to be a bitch about his cousin. Like I said, this is just so poorly written.
They didn't watch the Incredible Hulk movie.
Well, they didn't watch anything. They didn't watch anything. So, okay. I can imagine a situation where Kevin Feige or someone comes in. Okay, now of course she has a Led Zeppelin t-shirt. Why do women always have that rock t-shirts on nowadays? Oh, it just shows you I'm a cool rocker chick, man.
I'd be more impressed if it were a UFO shirt.
So there's Bruce. So Tony Stark built Bruce an underground lab in Mexico where he could work on being the Hulk. So I'm gonna down and our blood has a specific mutation in it. Our genetic makeup is mutation. Oh, so I'm better than you. No, different. No, but better in a different way. So she starts going on and on about, and this is where she starts acting like, wait, what do you mean I have power? Oh, fix me. She acts like a really ungrateful bitch. From here on, it's just 0 to bitch in 60 seconds. In the Hulk cave. They definitely need better ass writers. Well, from one of the reviews I read is that this show gets progressively worse, which is not a good sign.
We got the writer who wanted to make Black Widow a prom or a high school reunion movie.
The writer. Actually, can you take? I gotta hit the little comedian's room. Can you just vamp for a minute here?
Yes. So if anybody hasn't seen it, it could have been so much worse too. So this. Not only could have this been worse, they were going to show the origin in episode 8, so you would have waited 8 episodes to see Bruce Banner and see her origin story instead of seeing it, in the first episode. I don't know, maybe it would have been better. But then again, this woman who pitched that and who wanted to make it in the 8th episode also pitched Black Widow movie as being about going back and showing up your senior class prom crap, because apparently these bitches live in high school. Their heads are in high school. It's all a game of high school. See, this is why I kind of hated the whole fandom menace, what it devolved into after the whole pretty much after the High Council kind of dissolved and stuff. Like the only people who still use fandom menace don't deserve any of the hate. Like Jeff still uses it, he's great, but everybody else turned into like this just high school bullshit stuff, and I didn't want to deal with that in high school. So can you imagine how bad Black Widow would have been at high school reunion? So that's who we got writing this and being the director and like the main showrunner person. What's her name? Diversity hire whammon chick something or other. And it's not even Dana Schwartz. She's like the third one down the list. So it was Chloe. It's not Chloe Zhao. It's somebody like that. It's a name. I've got it on my video. Mean Girl writers. Yeah, these are all a bunch of just C-word high school chicks who clearly hate women, clearly hate men, clearly are insecure about anything they do because they're angry over everything. And everything they just put down as a giant competition between high school girls.
Yes, it's Mean Girls all over again.
Yeah.
So okay.
And that was the problem with what the Phantom Menace devolved into. Well, there's a bunch of man babies who were acting like girls.
I had said that, but listen. I don't like the high school stuff, man. Come on.
Yeah.
At my age,
We're too old for high school, guys.
the Bowling for Soup song, "High School Never Ends." Bowling for Soups.
That's very bold for soup.
Yeah, Mean Girl writers. Yes. So anyway, so here's like the thing here. Oh yeah. So okay. Yeah. And try to find out what her triggers are. Oh yeah, it's like a baseline for every woman. It's like being a anger and fear. Oh, it's a baseline for every woman. Ha 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 ha. 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 Peekaboo. Ha 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 ha. But so okay, so
Here's the same women who think that female characters can't have boobs.
yeah, well they okay,
Because
so
they're insecure about their bodies.
actually I did kind of like when he blows the air horn in her ear.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was kind of funny. So you're gonna of course he's got a Nevermind t-shirt. What is with the obsession with the 90s rock t-shirts?
Especially bad ones. My God, Nevermind is not even a good album.
I don't understand. I don't get it, man. So okay, so the reinforce. You got to reinforce all the furniture. Okay, flinging the boulders. Oh, okay, and he shoves her off. This is the scene where he shoves her off the cliff. So flips some little punk. Like she had that coming. She had that coming. Come on. She's supposed to be She-Hulk, not She-Karen. We're seeing it so annoying. Wow, cat calls. I remember those high school celebration ceremony. Well, that's the whole thing. I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay. Does she become She-Hulk if she's backstabbed by a girlfriend? Probably. She-Hulk powers are nothing but a plus. She gains everything, loses nothing, and only potential drawback is green skin. Clearly, no one is bothered by that. Celine Dion sure would have been more suited. The Judds probably would have been more suited to her. I could picture her like listening to Blake Shelton, something stupid. Bruce had to cast himself away from society, not to mention being persecuted by the military. But somehow Jen has to face none of that. Yeah, that's a really good point. People were trying to track down Bruce Banner for years, and the Natasha like found him in a hut in like Guatemala or whatever. What's better, Ms. Marvel or She-Hulk? So far there are no winners.
She-Hulk's better?
She-Hulk's marginally better.
Because I don't need a wiki.
Yeah.
Google everywhere.
So okay, so there's the scene about them drinking. Yeah, we could drink so much booze, but she still gets a hangover.
So you can't.
Yeah, so let me. Is this? I'm not going to be a superhero. She's. I'm not. Hey, great power was great. Great power comes great responsibility. Fuck that noise. I'm going to go back to being a selfish prick of a lawyer.
And lawyers are evil.
Yeah, Shakespeare. What was that famous line from Shakespeare? We'll kill all the lawyers. I'm not going to be a superhero, Bruce, because I'm. It's a pity because I really like Tatiana Maslany.
There's just too much of the anti-male feminism.
Yeah.
Too much of it.
Before the Avengers, they were trying to kill Bruce. Yeah. Well, it could be worse. She has feminine Hulk figure. They could have made her look more like the masculine pictures. Oh, yeah, they could have made her the more beastly Hulk. So here's the yeah. So she's gonna get in the Jeep and she's gonna take the Jeep and I'm gonna go back to my life as a lawyer and I'm gonna be all lawyering and you can't stop me, Bruce, because I don't want to be a superhero and wham 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 and I have all this awesome power and strength and I can help people and I'm impervious to harm. But wham, 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 wham. And I want to go and I want to be selfish. And wham, 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 wham. And me, 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 me. It's all about me, Bruce. It's all about me. Because that's what being a woman is.
Well, nobody else is going to take care of us.
Great power, great responsibility.
I hate with that, but I mean.
But she mocks the idea of like, I don't need some government contractor team to come in and take away my whole life. I'm like, you do realize that you'd never have to pay for another meal ever. Pretty much, I mean that's you walk in. If you're She-Hulk, you walk into any bar, somebody's gonna buy you a drink. And Bruce's father-in-law was an effing general in the U.S. Army. Yeah. And neither in the comics MCU, Bruce loses the woman he loves. Yeah. Betty Ross. What a bitch. His character is, Bruce. And pretty much at the end, even at the very end of this, she says, I was right. Bruce was wrong. I'm never going to have to be She-Hulk ever. And oh my God, and I'm going to win this case. And I'm going to show everybody how great a lawyer I am. And yeah, as if Bruce had any choice of joining the Avengers. That's the whole thing. There was that's a good question, actually. We've all seen Spider-Man. Great power, great responsibility. He tries to make money using his abilities. He has that one moment where he's a selfish prick. He lets the robber go. And what happens? Uncle Ben dies. So who's munching and crunching over there? Hey, Anthony Way, how you doing? But that's the thing. Again, great power, great responsibility. Peter lets the robber go. Robber escapes. Uncle Ben dies. And he has to live with the guilt from his actions. What after effects are there for what does she have to live? Well, okay, maybe we haven't seen it yet.
Remember, this is episode 8 we watched.
This is episode 8. But what is she having to live with now because of her actions?
She went through their blazer.
Mm-hmm. She didn't want to mess up her cute shoes.
They weren't that cute.
In the original comic, Bruce Banner saved Rick Jones from the gamma bomb blast. He made that sacrifice, and he had to live with, and then he has to live with that. Captain America and Steve Rogers underwent a dangerous experimental procedure. But he was given a choice. Listen, we're not going to hold you to it, but you could either use your new abilities for good, or you can just walk away right now. He says, nope. You know what? I have these abilities. And he has to live. He lives with everything. Tried to save Bucky, frozen in ice, man out of time. Tony Stark sold weapons. Tony Stark sold weapons to terrorists. Then he was face to face with one of his own bombs. Blew up, sent shell fragments into his chest. Constant reminder of his decisions, of the previous life he led, where he was a selfish prick, only concerned for himself. He became Iron Man to put that right. because he couldn't live with that consequence. What consequence does she? I know it's only episode 1, but what consequences does she have from being She-Hulk? None. She could go back to being human anytime she wants. Bruce has to live with the consequences he goes through by becoming the Hulk. He rampages all over the place, destroys everything. In the comics, Jen loves being Hulk. She'd stay that way forever if she could. She reluctantly changed back, wants to build her strength up as Jen to boost herself as She-Hulk. Yeah. It would be more nice if She-Hulk series was writing around the moral of using his intelligence instead of brute strength. On a lawyer perspective, it'd be nice. But again, though, I mean, we have... Yeah, she gets her cousin's flute on her gash, yeah. Again, we're seeing like there's no consequences here to her being the Hulk, being She-Hulk. You know, here you go. Essentially, I was right, Bruce was wrong. So yeah, so this is the part I can't stand. This to me is the most abhorrent part of this entire thing. Basically, I was right, Bruce was wrong. To me, that is the most abhorrent line in the whole thing. I was right, Bruce is wrong. Is this She-Hulk an homage to KK? Must be. More than 25% different She-Hulk because of reasons. Yeah. Again, that to me is the most abhorrent part of this. I was right. Bruce is wrong. Even the MCU's Daredevil is about Matt leaving the corporate world because he wouldn't stand its lack of morality. Oh, God. I really expect them to F up Daredevil royally. I really do. And which is a shame because Daredevil's my favorite character. I freaking love Daredevil. Daredevil's a fantastic character. First time I ever saw a superhero do something wrong, actually morally wrong, when Daredevil tried to kill Bullseye. Great moment. Great freaking moment. I mean, because you always think of superheroes as doing the right thing. But no, he didn't. Bullseye put a knife through the heart of Elektra's heart. He's taunting him. You're going to save me. You're going to save me. Nope, not this time. So, I mean, this is like I said, this is like the best moments ever. So I shudder to think. I shudder to think how they're going to handle this. Well, they're not going to handle it. They're not going to handle it because they're going right to Born Again. So no, you won't save me. Not like before. Kill you. I'll kill. Nope. You'll kill no one ever again. Boom. Cripples him. Best moment in a Marvel comic. Bruce spent decades changing into the Hulk and back and forth, no control when it happens. She has full control. Start lame. Justin Simmons and Bruce Crab went through. It's like saying Stan Lee was wrong. Yeah, and about everything. Wasn't the comics blood transfusion? Yes, the comics was a blood transfusion. Horrid, yes. Pope Iger would be loving She-Hulk. He is writing new gospel of She-Hulk as we speak. I always thought Daredevil was kind of stupid. Everyone says he's blind. Even though he says he can actually see, he just sees differently. He makes sense. Well, it's blind in the traditional sense. He has a radar. The radar sense is he can emit. His brain emits waves, sound like sensor waves, and they reflect off of whatever object. Yeah, like almost like a bat's sonar. See, bottom writers will cry bitch people using the phrase Mary Sue. But then every effing whammon character is written and done as Mary Sue. I guess I don't ever have to watch She-Hulk. You and Mecca and the chat are ripping a new one. Makes it far more interesting. The sad part is it didn't have to be this bad. It didn't have to be bad. Do you agree? It didn't have to be that bad.
Yeah, there's some fun parts.
There are some decent parts. But it really did not have to be this bad. Okay, so let's finish up the She-Hulk discussion here. So anyway, so what happens? Like I said, I was right. Bruce was wrong. So she goes to make her. Yeah, so she goes to make her closing argument, and freaking Jersey Shore shows up. Whoever, this is supposed to be Titania. Now, if I could ever pause it on the right thing here, hold on, let me see. Rewind 10 seconds. There she is. You have no idea who she is, no idea what she wants. She's in bad clown makeup, whoever this is. Titania. Jamil Gel, whatever her name is. Jamil Jensen or whatever. Looking straight out of the Jersey Shore. And it's just so anyway, so yeah, there's the Joker. Yep. So what happens is she turns into She-Hulk, and she literally punches her out. One punch. She takes here. No big. And now this Jessica Gao lady said that she said, "Oh, we had no idea how to write legal scenes." And there we go. Okay, throws a desk. Clown self is now a supervillain. Yes, Peg Bundy hairdo. I love the exploration of Daredevil's Catholicism and his belief in God. I think it adds a great layer to the character. I shudder to think how they may undermine this aspect of the character. Yeah. So she grabs the desk. She throws it back at her. And where is this drop kick coming from? She didn't even show her take the desk off of her. It's just so sloppily. This scene is just so sloppily written. One punch. That's it. No epic battle. Just one punch. So they want to make Blade Muslims for reasons I don't know. The worst part is that it doesn't matter in the Blade lore. No. One Punch Woman, yes. Most women are bad at writing action scenes. Well, yeah, because I hate saying it, a lot of women don't have a feel for that kind of thing. Yeah, a lot of women don't care about it. They just want to show the feelings in hallways parts.
Well, women are more into dialogue and character than the action.
Well, you could do dialogue and character too.
Some women, it's not for everybody, but some women just.
Yeah. So let me see if I can So we have we got a special guest star. Look out, buddy. Look, it's Agent Orange Cat Cam. So there he is. He's saying hi.
Some over here's making me cough really bad.
That's not gonna stay. Just
Walking around, that was really making me cough.
There he is. Agent Orange Cat Cam. So just I got it. So there's Agent Orange Cat. He's got an important job. He's got a really important job. He has to keep the floor from flying away. So, Agent Orange Cat, Naranja. So, but okay, so there's this bonus scene at the end that he, and there's still all about the whole Captain America thing. Captain America was not a virgin. He had sex with a girl at the USO show, 1943. I'm like, yeah. Why does that matter? Why are they so fixated on that? I don't understand. No, Zabu is bigger. So yeah, she doesn't have to. Yeah, exactly. She already knows how to do everything. Because you can't have a woman show any weakness. Hey, buddy. Let me stop the cam while I mount it up here. Hold on. So, I really don't understand why that is such a big deal. I really don't. They spend an inordinate amount of time talking about it. The way they do it, like I said, she could say, "Hey, did Steve ever talk about anybody? Was anybody special in Steve's life?" So the way they talk about it just makes it seem odd. I gotta shim it, maybe. So he just finally says, yeah. Okay, the camera's not going to stay. But anyway, you get the idea. He's just cooling. Okay, so there's Agent Orange Cat. He's doing well. Hey, buddy, look up. They want to normalize not calling police over domestic abuse as far as the bathroom scene goes. Okay. Am I remembering Jim was able to? I don't remember that part. Fucking hell, the writers don't know I'm still. He's a cubist. Yeah, he's a cutie boy. Writers always think about sex and who has sex, whether they're homosexual. Yeah. All right, so that was She-Hulk. Okay. It's not very good. Like I said. From what we've read, also, it's supposed to get worse from here on out. Now, let me talk about for a little bit this House of Dragons thing. I never watched Game of Thrones. I don't know what the big fuss is about. What about a series on Agent Orange Cat? Well, this would be the series. He doesn't really do anything. He sleeps and he eats and he goes poo every once in a while. Is Daryl going to pop up in episode 3? It's supposed to be episode 4. Maybe he's episode 5. But I don't understand. Like I said, the Game of Thrones thing is lost on me. I don't understand the significance. I don't understand the big deal. People really seem to like it. House Dragons is the same writers. There he goes. So, okay, he's bored. He's bored. All right, we're turning the camera off here. Sorry, Agent Orange Cam is going on hiatus. Well, he's back.
He's hungry.
Yeah, he's hungry. But there's a whole thing about dragons, and I think 2 of the girls are into each other, and the wife and the son die at childbirth. To me, and Matt Smith goes limp at one point, literally. I don't understand. I just don't get it. What am I missing here?
Everybody fighting for a throne.
Everybody's fighting to sit on a very big, uncomfortable chair. And I don't get it. And he's got a sore on his back from sitting on it. I don't know. It's
like, hey, I remember the joust from Game of Thrones. Hey, I remember the throne. Hey, Targaryen. Hey, there's a dragon. Hey, there's Matt Smith naked.
Man, not even
Matt Smith's floppy wiener.
You're missing all Game of Thrones. Well, like I said,
Game of Thrones was kind of awful. I sat through 6 seasons of it, and it was kind of bad.
I had my brother talk to me for 10 minutes about the Red Wedding. He just like the Red Wedding, and I said, yeah, I don't know what any of this means.
It's a bunch of families trying to fight for control over an uncomfortable chair.
Yeah, and you know what, I actually read that on somewhere online that when the scenes that them talk about some betrayal walking through the garden, they actually changed it because South Park made fun of them.
Yeah.
So the betrayal garden.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the one guy, little finger, and the spider kept conspiring there.
In the garden.
Yeah.
Walking through the garden. And then the old man said, would you kids get out of my garden? So
it's more fun to talk about South Park talking about Game of Thrones than to watch Game of Thrones.
I'm not. Mr. MH says I'm not missing anything. So okay, well at least there's that.
It's just a lot of remember Game of Thrones.
All right, so a lot of Game of Thrones. I'm not missing any Game of Thrones memberberries. So anyway, I've been at this for an hour. I don't have any animal news. Okay, I do have animal news then. Let me look it up. The Twatters. Okay, from 11 minutes. New Saints Row leaked a big shocker. It's garbage. So the New Saints Row game is supposed to be garbage.
That means it's gonna be fine and only a bunch of rain. So man, babies are gonna hate it. Duck walks into a pub, drinks pint, fights a dog, and loses.
Oh jeez.
That's the one I sent you.
I tried to find it.
Just Google it.
Hold on.
It's not a story. It's a screenshot. So, Duck walks into pub, drinks pint, loses fight the dog.
It's dog loses.
I believe Duck's okay.
From the NZ Herald. This is from 2017. Well, it's still funny animal news.
Hopefully.
So, how we missed this, I'll never know. A duck wearing a bow tie suffered injuries following a brawl with a dog at a pub. in Chumley, Devon, UK. The dapper duck named Star was enjoying a pint with his owner, Barry Heyman, when Heyman's dog, Maggie, reportedly started the fight. Star's beak was injured in the brawl, which took place at the Old Courthouse Inn. Star pushed his luck too far, and Maggie snapped, splitting Star's bottom beak right down the middle, Heyman told the Cheddar Valley Gazette. He gave her a stare, then promptly stood on her back. It was not pretty, not nice. We were so scared we would lose Star. He had to be rushed to the vets and undergo anesthetic, which was always risky. It could go either way with ducks, and other small animals. Thankfully, our Star is a tough cookie, and it looks like he came out okay. Star is known in the area for regularly enjoying a pint of ale at the inn. Always in his bow tie, the duck was rushed to the vets. Is expected to make a full recovery. Oh, so Star the duck is okay. So Star the duck, there you go. There's Star the duck. Oh, look, he's adorable. There's video of him.
A duck walks into a bar and orders a pint, obviously. Star the duck is a regular at this hostelry in Chumley.
Oh, look at him. There he goes. Quack, 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 quack,
His
quack.
owner discovered his liking for a tasty tipple by accident.
It started off when I was watching rugby on TV, and I had an ale.
I had an ale.
And next thing I heard a lot of slurping. Looked down and he's helping himself.
That's so cool. Well, anyway, animal news from a couple years ago. So, still, it's
We're
new
looking
to
for the
me.
best song ever.
Okay,
That's
well,
right.
We're not going to share that now. Okay, so Star the Duck, hopefully doing well still. Rob, there's a plan to bring the Tasmanian tiger back from extinction. Oh, that's exciting. Tasmania, there is. Ooh. What did they find? DNA? Let me see. Oh, wow. Wow, this is exciting.
They probably had a good because he only died at the turn of the century.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me read this. Let's check this story out. Thank you for that hot tip. So, look at him. Plan to bring the Tasmanian tiger back from extinction raises questions. If you haven't heard of the Tasmanian tiger, it's not because it's unworthy of discussion. It's famously not a feline, but a dog-like marsupial, a predator that humans hunted to extinction. The last known specimen died in a zoo in 1936. Now the de-extinction company Colossal Biosciences wants to genetically resurrect the Tasmanian tiger, also known as the thylacine cynocephalus, or the Tasmanian wolf. Whatever you call it, this mythical, beautiful, carnivorous marsupial was a true masterpiece of biological advancement, the company says of the project. Yet the story of its extinction is a tragedy of human interference and aggression. The thylacine has trademark stripes in rare in the animal world, abdominal pouches in both females and males. Australian researchers have called it a dingo with a pouch or a dog with a pouch, but its DNA has a lot in common with the kangaroo. Colossal, which has previously airplanes resurrect woolly mammoths, not a good idea. If resurrect woolly mammoth, where are you going to put it? It's going to go, what, you're going to bring it to the Bronx Zoo? Is intent on giving the thylacine a second chance at life. Here's a rundown of some of the big questions the project raises. Is the thylacine capable of living again? Humans have been blamed for the animal's extinction, especially after a bounty program was instituted in Tasmania to protect sheep and other animals. But in 2017, Andrew Pask, a biosciences professor, led research that found thylacine also suffered from a lack of genetic diversity. Well, yeah, one disease will come and wipe it out. Population today would be very susceptible to diseases and would not be very healthy if it still existed, Pask said back in 2017. Pask is now part of Colossal's new project to bring the thylacine back. When asked if, in his view, if its viability had changed, he said via email the plan would incorporate diverse DNA sources. We now have sequenced many thylacine specimens and hope to continue doing so in this new partnership with Colossal, Pask said in an email to NPR. Even species with low genetic diversity can be brought back to healthy population numbers, again, if they are managed correctly. The goal, he said, is to bring back a good number of animals to help ensure a healthy diversity in the new population. And while the thylacine was seen as as struggling in the wild, any new population will be closely monitored, he noted. How would the animals be created? For one thing, it's not cloning. Cloning is a very specific scientific process. The process requires a living cell. Evolutionary biologist Beth Shapiro, not that Beth Shapiro, of University of California, Santa Cruz, told NPR when talk of resurrecting the mammoth gained new currency in 2015. It said Colossal's plans are essentially to create a hybrid animal with many of the characteristics of the Tasmanian tiger. Its scientists will use CRISPR gene editing technology to splice bits of recovered thylacine DNA into the genome of a dasyurid, a family of carnivorous marsupials such as the numbat and the Tasmanian devil that are the extinct animal's closest relatives. The altered nucleus would then be inserted into a dasyurid egg, and then it develops into an embryo, and it would be implanted into a surrogate. How would the thylacine affect the Tasmanian's habitat? The thylacine was the only apex predator in the Tasmanian ecosystem, so no other animal is able to fill its place once it's lost. Pask said, "We have seen the impacts of this Tasmanian devil population, which was nearly wiped out by a facial tumor disease." Oh, wow. The return of an apex predator would remove the sick and weak animals from the population to control the spread of transmissible diseases and also improve the genetic health of the population and impacts. He added, the thylacine played a role for thousands of years, Pask said, and its return now could restore the balance to the entire ecosystem of Tasmania. How long is this? Oh, it's not much longer. When might the first embryo be created? It could arrive as early as in the next few years. By comparison, Colossal hopes to bring the first woolly mammoth calves into the world within the next 5 or 6 years using elephant surrogates. A timeline for the thylacine hasn't been revealed, but Ben Lamb, Colossal's founder and CEO, noted via email that the Tasmanian tiger expected gestation period of up to 42 days will be much shorter than that of an elephant-mammoth hybrid. A large part of our mammoth timeline is based on the nearly 2-year gestation of calves, Lamb said. I think it's safe to assume that the thylacine proxy could be one of the first animals to be brought back. Would the Tasmanian tiger ever be brought to mainland Australia? Whether we will return the thylacine to the mainland is really interesting question, Pask said, noting that the animal is believed to have been found in Australia until 2,000 or 3,000 years ago. If the thylacine was effective at eradicating some of our invasive pests, such as rabbits, cats, and foxes, their introduction to the mainland might have major conservation benefits for other ecosystems, he said. Oh, that's really interesting. But he added, such an idea would have to be vetted and studied in captive areas before any broader release could be considered. Sure, they could, but should they? Boosting genetic diversity and helping ecosystems are the same reasons Beth Shapiro has cited in favor of using genetic editing. But while Colossal focuses on trying to bring back extinct animals, Shapiro suggests the focus should be on wildlife we currently have that are struggling, such as the black-footed ferret, which is once thought to be extinct. Maybe we could use this technology to give those populations a little bit of a genetic booster shot and maybe a fighting chance against the diseases that are killing them. She told NPR in 2017, we are facing a crisis, a conservation biodiversity crisis. This technology might be a very powerful new weapon in our arsenal against what's going on today. I don't think we should dismiss it out of fear. Well, that brings up the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, should you? I mean, just because you can doesn't mean you should. It'd be cool. There's talk of like thylacine sightings. Some people claim to have caught them on camera. Maybe there's a few of them running around here and there. There's always those stories about the animals after so many years they turn up. The coelacanth is actually another one. Sounds quite similar to cloning. Well, they don't have the live cell. They're trying to isolate the. So it looks like we have profusion of Shapiros in the world. Yeah, that we do. I think the outlaw then immediately ignored it by cloning a sheep. Yeah, Dolly sheep. Footage of the Tasmanian tiger on YouTube. That is interesting. That piques my interest. See, I always like the idea of the species that have been eradicated. I've always been curious about what they might look like. And we were having this discussion before today. Were the idea of dragons, did those just come from dinosaur bones?
Probably.
Most likely. Most likely, because people back then, there was before the science got.
Yeah, it's like an old black and white footage of the Tasmanian tiger.
Oh yeah, let me take a look here.
Really cute. He's got a big pointy face. These stupid zookeepers let him outside overnight, and that's what killed him. He died of exposure.
Oh, poor
Yeah,
thing.
so screw those zookeepers.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, hold on. 3 days ago, to the Tasmanian tiger. Okay, take a look here. Buffalo Wild Wings adds pizza. Hold on. Let me bring this up here.
Because they probably just kept.
Okay.
Resurrect an animal that went extinct.
There he is. Oh, look, he's cool.
Talking about the Tasmanian tiger. So here's some video of the beast here. They're about the size of a coyote. The last living one died in 1936. Their closest relative is a mouse-sized marsupial called the dunnart. Scientists plan to take living cells from a dunnart.
That's pretty. The guy swatting at the cage. Don't swat at the cage.
Tigers, and then use the dunnart as a surrogate. The group behind the project also hopes to resurrect the mammoth. And I saw that movie.
Yeah, there he is. He's
all that great.
Thinking the same thing.
Right?
I don't know.
Jurassic.
No, that'd be awesome. Like I said, I know nobody cares about me. I'm still curious about the dodo. There were giant lizards on the mainland in Australia in the past. Look it up, the Megalonian, or whatever. It's like a dragon. Yeah, well, there's like the Komodo dragon, monitor lizards. I mean, yeah. So the Tasmanian tiger, we may yet see one in the next few years. All right, everybody. There's your animal news. We may get to see the Tasmanian tiger once again. Well, the first ones will be in captivity. They wouldn't release into the wild unless they absolutely knew that they were going to survive. Okay, everyone. I would like to thank everyone for turning out. Glad you could spend your day with me, or at least part of your day with me. Are you going to be doing a stream later? Yeah, so Mecca might have a stream later. Kentucky Fried Dodo. Yeah, actually, the Dutch ate all the dodos.
Humans ruin everything.
Yeah, well. All right, everyone. I want you to have a good rest of your Sunday. Stay safe, stay healthy. Stay tuned to Mecca's channel. She might be doing a stream later. Everyone, probably a game stream. Yeah, everyone, no drinking, no driving. Take care of yourselves and each other, as Jerry Springer would say. Stay happy, stay healthy out there. And we're recovering, but be careful, watch yourself out there. It's always nasty out there if you get ill. And we will, what will we do? We will catch you next time. There you go.